here masoning their system. I forgot a light. Hold on. Okay. Mason system time. This game is very loud. The Mason system. I should pull up the guide this time. The times I have not pulled up the guide for this game, and it has bit me in the ass. Has been only like once maybe, but once is enough. Hello! Hello, Kume. I opened up my browser tab, and the only thing in there is just the image of All According to Keikaku. Hello? Mason system, why are you taking so long to load? Why is it taking so long to load? What is happening? Today is also the first time in a hot second that my stream was acting up. This is not a good sign. Keikaku means plan. Why is it taking so long to load? What the hell's happening? This is a really engaging part of the game, guys, I promise. Hello? What? Do I have to restart it? Truly riveting gameplay. We're really showing off the ordeals that come about in a riveting crime drama. I mean, I guess you can restart it. You'll be looking at the same thing. Maybe the answer. Okay, I guess we're restarting it. Yeah, finish playing the game. Let's see what happens this time. Hold on. Fucking hello? We love it, guys. I love it when my games work properly. And allegedly the game is launching. Happening. I might have to actually use my Be Right Back screen. Okay, hold on. That was extremely odd. Oh, now it's just not playing the... There it is. Okay. That was extremely odd. Let's try the Mason system, but for real this time. There was a cloud error with the syncing of my copy. There it goes. That was extremely strange. I love that I've had like no tech issues with streaming Ace Attorney, and then just for fun, right at the end, they were like, what if we broke the stream? For sillies. For shits and giggles. Oh, Jesus. Your laptop. Anyway. The trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. For funsies. For goofs. For shoots and googles. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their own magic on the present. You'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnifi Gramarye's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant, Zach Gramarye, go? What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? And what about the young girl who was left behind? Oh, Mason system, I missed you. Past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. It occurs to me, I said the Mason system was going to be 1 part. I don't actually remember how long it is. I should probably check how long it is. Mason... But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. That old man, mysterious young girl. This is basically Yakuza. Trucy Wright and Haruka Sawamura would be such good friends, I think. And when all the questions have found their answers, this too is Yakuza. The final trial will begin. First, you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. How long is this? Oof. I really very confidently said this would be 1 stream. And it still might be. This too is Yakuza, we say in unison. Yeah, this crazy thing happens, guys. You shouldn't download the Yakuza games because they'll put a crazy virus on your computer called the Yakuza games. That is, I'm spoiling myself. Yeah, you're in a really rough spot in terms of avoiding spoilers. We are right at the end of this game. Phoenix Wright will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended, half finished, when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There's something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. Hi, Nick. Not to be confused with the Nick on screen. My Magatama. Thank you for jumping in anyway. What does it do, you ask? Okay, fine. That I would have you see for yourself. Well now, shall we begin? Use the Q and E buttons to jump between the past and present. Let's begin 7 years ago. In the past. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. Yippee! The nightmare trial was over. And the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, walk away. But I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably. And besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. Starting the... We should not be playing these trials at the same time. Hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. What strange sight doth mine eyes behold? Excuse me. Two men on either side of a single transparent pane. Yet it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak. The forger of fakes walks freely, while the innocent languishes within these plexiglass confines. There's been no proof that I forged anything. Nor proof that I took the life of my dear mentor. Yet, these chains cannot hold me for long. The stage awaits. And what, may I ask, awaits you? Little piano in a cold little hole in the wall. But since you are here, what shall we discuss? Shooting of Magnifi Grammary, for one. Who pulled that trigger? Alan or his partner, Zach? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. I'm gonna get any closer to the truth. This is the place to start. I want to see if the guard is gonna judge me now that I've forged evidence. Hold on. The guard keeps stealing glances in this direction. Scratching his head. Maybe our resident magician showed him a trick or two. He'll not judge me for being disbarred. I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit. That's talent. Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear and he never even touched it. Glory's spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. Yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation. Revealing what? Zach Grammary killed Magnifi. It's as good as a signed confession. That's certainly been public opinion's take on it. I grow tired of my cage. And the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare. Planning on jumping back into the magic right away? As long as an audience waits with bated breath, there will be Valent. And also... Yes? Now that my partner has disappeared, Magnifi's repertoire is mine. Valent Grammary has a tradition to uphold. Is that true? Seen in this light, the trial was quite good to me, verdict or no. And you can't pay for that kind of publicity. The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valent. After all, you received one of those letters, too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnifi's instructions as your partner. So I was, but only Zach Grammary followed them. Let us not speak any more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot. I'm more interested in learning something else, actually. What might that be? I want to know what Magnifi had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him? The trick up his sleeve. Perhaps you do not know. Know what? A great magician never reveals his secrets. Yay! Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot how many he had. Didn't think it would be that easy. The audience must remain forever in the audience. I love that Phoenix saw 4 whole psyche locks show up and was like, oh, I didn't think it was going to be easy. Bathing in the reflected glow of the spotlight. Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It can show me the locks on people's hearts. And if I can unlock their hearts, they'll tell me their secrets. Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it. Hee-hee. Oh shit, the button's up there. It's not a present Magatama button. Was it always the perceive button? I don't think we have anything yet, but I'm still gonna try. Flying by the seat of my pants on this one. Must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. I missed you, Magatama music. That's what I'm gonna find. Ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world. I don't know what the fuck's in my court record. Oh, we still have everything. Okay. It's asking someone to commit murder. Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves. and dramatic finales. And he got his wish. His life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? I guess as it was a matter of life or death. Care to explain? Your troupe lived in a world of showmanship. The flashier the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it. I don't have proof of this danger. No, I do. I have the guns. Take that! Take that! Why, that's one of ours. Specially designed for your show, I gather. Single bullet. One shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valent. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident. Zack and Valent's quick draw shoot him. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Was the shoot 'em cancelled because someone might get hurt? Of course. What other reason could there be? Well, it could have been cancelled because someone had already been hurt. Fascinating, my Faustian forging friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. The life was sacrificed so that the show might go on. And this shows who it was. I don't have this character yet. Yeah, I super don't have this character yet. I may not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more legwork. Time to leave. And didn't worry. Let's go to defendant lobby number 2. Oh my god, I just realized what voice I'm gonna have to do. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. This trial is over. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zack? There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I am talking about this. What an asshole, sorry. Mr. Enigmar! The defendant's escaped. Find him, quick! Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double. He must not be allowed to escape. I think it would have been fun if they told us how he did it, but I suppose he is a magician. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge. Now, hated limb. Still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir? Oh, God. Down on the hands, floor on your head, now! What's the big deal? My ears. No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here. But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed? That was such a sound. I remembered, like, last week that Meekins is here. And I, like, forgot for a hot second, and then we got to this spot, and I was just like, oh, is this where we talk to Truce? It's not. That's not who we're talking to. I just say, like, it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago? No recollection of that, sir. Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There is no past, there's only now, sir. Okay, you're The bailiff, right? Yes, sir. Court bailiff, Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir. But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So, you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing. I'm dying over here. Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. So I wasn't the only victim. Eakins. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. Right. I wish I didn't have to tell you this. Last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me. That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing. So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff. But your uniform. I took it with me as a souvenir from the day I was fired. That can't be legal. So, you were the one who let the magician get away that day? I'm dying over here! The star rises above the court bailiffs full of hope, then tragedy strikes. Anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Gramarie's disappearance? Oh, the humanity! That's enough of that. This fucking guy. I've been away from Meekins for so long that I find him oddly endearing. Yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam! And some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face! So, you saw someone suspicious coming your way? Yes! Now, I being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk cat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a diagram of the court building. Here's courtroom number 7, that's where I was, sir. All by myself, never a friend to call my own. Okay. Which way did Zach Gramarye run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this and around the corner like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly, I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like it was right here, because it was lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room? I don't see any place to hide in here. Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room, the magician! Gone! Vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke, he was just gone. That's impossible. Yes, that word! Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I just realized the little thing that he has. I was trying to figure out what the hell that was. It's an Omamori, I think. He has a little good luck charm. I'm dying. I'm dying over here. Hey, okay, I won't say it again, I promise. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Why the pause? There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right. Nothing was here, sir. How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something? So Zach was in this room when he vanished? Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That That silk, that's, that red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room. Silk hat, cape. That's Zach, all right. But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir, ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking? You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has any thought passed through your brain? Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Man. Psyche blocks. Should have known. Oh, I missed this track. Okay. Present. Nagatama. Brain empty. Only crying. Only sniffling and sobbing. The disappearing trick. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey, what's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden? You know something, and I'm gonna find out what. Zach Gregory vanished from this room. How do you do it? How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say that, sir. Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something? Oh, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here and... Listen, it was impossible. What could such a little girl possibly do anyway? What did you just say? Sir, did I say something, sir? No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in that room that day. Lucy. Little girl. God, it's such a sound. The megaphone SFX is always so loud and so annoying. I've never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. It's such a sound. What the fuck? Sir, that day, she was here in the room, sir. But he wasn't. You mean you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician. 7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? I was about to ask that. You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Gramery. But you saw something. And therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meek. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? And we don't have it. I may not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more legwork. I'm not gonna keep reading that. Yeah, I guess he has a little Mickey Mouse emoji. Funny. End inquiry. Actually, how many of these are there? Oh, not that many. Okay. I think I'll be fine doing this in one go. Right and co law offices.
Oh, morning, Daddy.
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I am fine, as always. This old boy here is going to help me, after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. It's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks! My first show's today, after all.
2 weeks had passed since then. Called her into my office. I have to... Nick, if you are listening to this, you better be on the stream for this part. We're about to hit... Yeah, there you are. We're about to hit girl dad Phoenix right. Nick, get back here. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. Actually, I'm gonna check how old. How old are you, Zach? He's 40. He's 40 and we're 26 because we're a year older than Kristoff, which is hilarious. Also, Kristoff is only a year older than me. I don't like that. Also, hi, Apollo. You're 15 right now. 40 years old. Valent is 37. My favorite age, deceased, anyway. We're being serious, I promise. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. Hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. Don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird.
Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you.
Huh? Really?
So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family?
Huh? I guess so? Getting weirder.
Mr. Attorney?
Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay, say Daddy.
That was quick. Yes?
If I move here, I'll have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy. Oh, and this office is a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know? Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this.
Lucy, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? Breadwinner Trucy. Phoenix Wright is currently 26 years old. I cannot imagine having a child at that age. Like, I guess that's a normal age to have a kid. It's not a normal age to have a whole 8-year-old, I feel. The office.
So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right?
You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard. Daddy, you're about to be the same age as Kristoff Gavin.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? No one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to ask some people.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead.
You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You got me, don't ya?
Oh, wait.
You got me, don't ya? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Gregory.
Directly descended. He's your father.
Oh, and now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Could you tell me a little bit more about your daddy? Zach Grammary.
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Which daddy was that again?
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Grammary, and they're big.
The Grammarys. They were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zack and Valiant Grammary together, you know. Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage. And this giant truck swam up the giant waterfall.
This, too, is Yakuza. Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top?
Wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
Shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
Wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic and a great Daddy, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are gonna be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. So, Trucy, you're a professional?
Yes! It's just like that thing they say. Baby frogs go up to be frogs.
They say that?
I always thought it was funny, though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid!
Right, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy?
That's right! Well, wanna see a trick?
You're gonna do a magic trick? Sure. Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit! Ready? Here goes! Ta-da! Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat! I gotta say, it's good to be seen!
Ah! Oh, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat! Isn't he great? Our friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service!
He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy. So my routines do get a bit petty at times. Get it? Petty!
My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. We have Mr. Hat, yay! Trucy has all the answers, because this next one I think also gives us a bit of more info. Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage? You mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zack and Valiant, smiling. But then, she went away.
Went away?
It was a grand illusion. She made a mistake. She vanished. I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Maybe so.
I cried then a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here!
This is your mother? She's beautiful.
Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Grammary.
Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. Now her daddy's vanished too. Nice.
Hey, Daddy, you won't...
Don't worry. I won't vanish.
Hey, you can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
I guess all I rate as is a backup plan. Yay! I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Right Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? Are we representing anyone?
Me and you. That makes two, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make up a name. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent.
Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Well, when you put it that way.
And you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket.
Okay, I'll think of something.
That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy. Welcome to the team, Daddy-o.
The team. Right. Right. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy. She was my life. I'm still fucking sobbing, guys. I'm gonna go back to Meekins now because we have the trick. Christ. Ah! Anyway, I love the Wright family. Meekins! Come here. Yeah. Usagi locks, come on. Oh, how I wish there was a fast forward button in this moment. Yes, I know, we're trying to present Trucy. Okay. No, not the Lhasa. The Flash's heartwarming moment and Meekins. Okay. Trucy. Okay. I don't want to listen to you, Meekins. I'm so sorry, dude. I hope you find employment that makes you happy. But I don't want to talk to you right now. Okay. We have the trick. It's Mr. Hat. I want to see if we get a chance to examine some of these pieces of evidence, because I think it would be neat if he... What's that? That girl's favorite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. He uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? Oh, it wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir? Come again? The night on stage, I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat. He really exists. Yippee! I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. That Gregory exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the courtroom, sir. Fucking, but who? Meekins. Zach Gregory! Don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down on your hands, floor on your head. Hello?
Something the matter, mister?
No, sir, I'm currently just chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Gregory, do you know him?
Oh, I love Zach Gregory. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan.
I see. I forgot I was a Meekins. That's why you're wearing the costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room.
But no one's been in here except me.
He has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So, Trucy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonished surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him. Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while I thought it had all been a long dream. A dream that lasted a week? But it wasn't the magician who disappeared, it was Mr. Hat. So it seems complex. What really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door and out came Zack. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2. Along with Mr. Hat. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So, while you're standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner, and most likely runs through the closest door, into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit. And at that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. And all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. Sure, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape. That Gramarye's red cape fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir. All my days of posing... TikTok hates me. Why? Okay, Jesus Christ. Now calm down. All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing queries wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die. Or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I thought it was Meekins. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times. Sometimes more than once. This is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me. Actually, about that girl. I'm sort of her guardian now. What so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor. Okay. I let the defendant escape, that's the stone cold truth. Another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great Detective Guam Shu. Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want, it's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir. And no one's ever given me anything for free. Right, I'll see you in court next time then, sir. I look forward to it. Yay! All eyes were on Zack Gramarye that day in court, until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery's been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. It would be 7 years before I met him again. I love that he says Detective Guamshu. Okay. No, I didn't want to press that. Oh. Oh, no, I did want to press that. Okay. Go back. Where the fuck am I? Okay. I don't think we have everything for Valent's Psyche locks yet. I think we need some stuff from present day, or at least from Drew Studio before we do. I'm not sure what, but I assume because he has 4 Psyche locks and we only have the evidence for the second one, that we're gonna need a little bit more information. I don't know who's talking. I think it's Drew. I figured you'd come here sooner or later. I don't remember what his voice was last week. I decided on sooner. Remission, was it? I haven't done anything illegal. And I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, eyes calmly watching. I admit it made quite an impression on me. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. Phoenix Wright, was it? Answer what I can. Not sure, but feels like I'm being watched. Intensely. Baby Vera! Oh. This is my daughter. Vera, say hello. Done. Shall we begin then? Judging from this place, you're a painter? Not, sadly, a profitable one. Or sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I would be able to get by, were it only me. Your daughter. Her mother grew weary of me and left. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation. Forgeries. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen. And who knows what my copies are used for. But some of your works aren't paintings, correct? You may not believe me when I tell you that. That was my first work outside of painting. What? I think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility. Why did you take the job? It was well paid. Very well paid. I think he feels worse about it than I. Past is hard to escape. Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course. Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy. That copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too. I have to know. And you have to tell me. I knew this would be it would be difficult to escape this. Then let's talk. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did? It was unlike anything I had attempted before. I guess it would be a little different from paintings. That is not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy. This wasn't a copy? The client gave me two things that day. First was a sample page, as reference. Second, a printed document that I can only surmise was written by my client. So you used the real writing as reference to reproduce what the client wrote. Yes. As I said, it was my first job of that nature. So, who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met them. Not personally, Oh, a psyche lock. Of course. Seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work.
Let's see how far we can get.
You're hiding something. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Misham? I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I never met the client. True. When I asked the client's name, there were no psyche locks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense. Why are you doing this to me? Well, I've made my stand. I'm backing down now. So, what's Mr. Misham hiding? Like I said, I never met the client. How could I hide someone I do not know? Oh, that's... He did say that, didn't he? And with no psyche locks either. So, he's not lying about that, I guess. Ask as many times as you want. My answer's the same. Personally, never spoke to the client. You, personally? That is, Well, I made my stand... You're hiding the sample? Yes, there was a reference. Why should I hide that? I fucked up. Huh? Oh, it's because he's hiding that Vera's the forger still. Don't worry about it, it's fine. I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you've said. What is it then? You told me what you knew about the client, and I couldn't see any psyche locks. Echo locks? That's some sort of asylum security? Or a new hairstyle, perhaps. But then they did show up, didn't they? Who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request. If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the request. I never met them. Not personally. Not personally. Those words triggered the psyche lock. With the psycho locks. Now I really must know what they are. So you didn't meet with the client. You didn't meet with the client. But someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence. Perhaps I'm on this lock business. I don't know what the f you're talking about. I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about psyche locks. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there. And your conclusion is... The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Rush. Poppycock. I don't know what you're talking about. It's my work, I tell you. Right here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me? That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, and I don't have many other people to choose from, the real forger at Drew's studio is 12-year-old Vera. The real forger is your daughter, Vera Misham, isn't it? Ridiculous. My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. Got you now. The only two people with access to the studio are you and your daughter. The psyche locks tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility. I'm very much on the verge of going psycho lock myself. Oh, thank God it heals. I know how you knew, but... Right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. It's only 12. A genius, you like. Precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently. I let her play in the studio and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. Drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now. I detect a bit of my fatherly pride. So Vera was the one who made this page. Would she know who the client was then? Actually, the client came once. Here, to the studio. What? Why didn't you say so sooner? But their face was covered and did not want to talk to me. So they talk to your daughter? We'll speak only with the artist, the client told me. That little girl was the key to our mystery client's true identity. Fucked up that you let your daughter do that. What do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? Dr. Vera. Mr. Misham, I have a request. Let me guess. I'd like to speak with my daughter. Can I? My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy. Extremely so, actually. Only one exception. Which was? Oddly enough, was that client. Left the studio while they talked. Returned when they had finished. She was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort. Please, let me speak with her. Right?
Hi, Vera.
Uh-oh. It's gonna be tough.
Wow.
Vera, was it? I do like to have a friendly chat. I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say Do Re Mi. Can't find them anywhere. I'm not good at this. I need something to get through this girl. And I assume this one is also still... yeah. Very long dialogue. Do I have anything I can present to her? You would like? Oh! She likes the grammar aids, doesn't she? I think I have to talk to her about the grammar aids. And I don't think Mr. Hatton... yeah. So I need to get a grammar aid piece of evidence for her, I think. I'm not showing her the gun. Wait, can I present to you my... I don't have my attorney's badge anymore. I forgot. I straight up forgot. Go to the diary page? No. I think I need to show her the grammar aids for... no! For her to talk to me. I'm gonna double check. I think that's right. The True Studio. Nope, that's present day True Studio. Where is the past? Yes. I need to go find the thing that I thought. Well, for now, actually, fuck. I kind of want to look around the room. Because it's different than usual. What's this painting here? Ah, that's one of mine. It's an illustration for a book. Not on sale yet, of course, but thought it might be a good business. As a father, I'd like to be able to put food on my daughter's table. Huh, not a feeling I know anything about. Not yet. What else is around here? I've never looked at the Drew Studio in the past, I think. Ah, going home by any chance? No, I was just checking out the door. Oh. Good thing I'm far too stubborn to take hints like that. God damn. Out the door. Paints are scattered all around, probably the ones he's currently using. There's something very artistic about a messy room. Not that this is anything compared to my office. It runs in the Naruhodo family. I guess that would make my office a masterpiece. Slide to the right. Yep. Ooh. Ooh. There is stuff over here. There's some finished paintings stacked here. They don't look all that bad, really. Sell you one for 50 cents. That's okay, they look kind of heavy. He needs to work on his sales technique a bit. You use these gizmos for painting? They're pretty elaborate. Ah, those aren't for painting. They're for analyzing. Paint composition, age, every conceivable angle. Tools of the forgery trade, I guess. Yeah. Maybe I'll just sidle on over here for a closer look. Yes, excellent. I have looked around, then. This is you and Vera? Yes. Yes, we took that one quite recently. I know I'm a painter. Not paint a portrait instead. Never been that good at people, unfortunately. Right. Didn't you practice? That's an awfully small frame. What's that inside it? A stamp? Ah, please don't touch that. I'll get in trouble. The stamp belongs to Vera, you see. He always puts it somewhere she can see it. Yeah! That's back in Valent, the memories, isn't it? Post office issued that commemorative stamp last year. And the Grammaries were at the height of their popularity. Give me more. Now that one of them has vanished off the face of the earth. Vera went to see one of their shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. Watched them every time they came on TV. The end. I see. That stamp's quite hard to come by. I still wonder how she got her hands on it. Yay, we have the stamp. Okay. There's one thing to talk about. It's just the same. Yeah, there's a commemorative stamp with the Grammaries inside. Nail polish. It's a pretty bottle. Ah, don't touch that, please. I'll get in trouble. Belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it. She looks at it often. There's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish, I'm guessing. What's this red envelope? Oh, don't touch that. It's quite important. Peter's face just changed hues. Guess I better behave. It's tempting to just grab it. Let's talk to Vera. Slide to the left. Aw, the details for Mr. Hat is just a picture of Trucy. Let's look at this. I want to see what Phoenix says about it. Open. So this is Trucy's mother, Alassa. She's pretty. I can picture her on stage with Zack. Still, she looks like a down-to-earth type, too. I guess Trucy takes after her. Hee. And then there's this.
Stamp.
Hey, she spoke. You can talk. Yeah, so this stamp. I'm gonna keep her talking. Great vegetables. Isn't True Grammary amazing? Yes? I especially like those two, Zack and Valent. I mean, they're just so magical.
Aren't they?
Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know?
Me too! I love them, they're so cool! It's like, it's magic! Yeah!
Alright, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start.
I went and saw them with Father the other day. Opening ceremony at the Grammary Museum of Magic.
The Grammary Museum? They have one of those? Guess it makes sense now. They have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows?
Just once when I was little, with Father. The Grammary's on stage. It was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, putting apart, putting back together. They do it all.
Yeah, and maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zack and Valent, maybe?
Oh, sure.
Alright. Better get asking before she changes her mind. She's so cute. Oh, that's Vera.
I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here.
Why don't you like the outside?
There's bad people out there.
She looks terrified in this ride. Good lord. Well, true, but there are lots of good people too. Actually, I should tell you. He was almost kidnapped. Kidnapped. Since then, she's been... Oh, you can see for yourself. He refuses to leave the house. I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Grammar Museum. With you, in fact. Yes, actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. It's the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me.
That person gave me a luck charm.
A good luck charm?
When I absolutely had to go outside.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was.
Mother, I told you to keep that a secret.
From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So, your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things.
I really like painting. A lot. Father is always very happy when I paint them exactly the same.
So, you did this too?
Oh, yes! That was my first job!
Your first?
All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this is totally different. Pen slips in the pen slips in the way the writer held the pen and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer.
He seems happy. Odd. Her work was the last nail in the Grammar coffin. Guess no one told her.
You're the best in the world.
Huh? Oh, you mean Droop Grammary? Of course.
Father gave it to me.
Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it.
I guess I just took it. Yeah.
Took it?
Father got a letter from that person.
That person? You mean that letter was from the client?
Oh, we talked about the Grammaries forever that day. I'm sure that's why I was sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it.
Sneaky one, this client. They were trying to get on our good side. Creepy. So, you met the person who asked you to do this job? And you talked with them? What's this about a good luck charm you received?
Can't talk about it.
Huh?
If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told.
Yeah, but I really, really have to know. Right. We'll do some psyche unlocking. You seem to trust this client. Quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp?
No, that's not why. They listened to me. It's my problem.
The problem keeps her inside all the time.
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But I absolutely have to go out. All I had to do was use a good luck charm.
A good luck charm? Your client gave you? I think I know what your client may have given you, actually. I don't have it right now. So we're gonna stop, and we're gonna wait until I get it from the present day. He's so creepy. He's so creepy. Good lord. We're gonna end our inquiry and switch over to the present. But first I'm gonna hydrate or dihydrate time because that was a long section and we're gonna do about that much more. So I will be back. Everybody else also hydrate or dehydrate while I am gone. back. Hydrated, not dehydrated. Great vegetables. Back to the Mason system. Let's fucking go. Oh wait, no, hold on. I gotta do my spiel. I do have a timer doing it now. So it has gone by already, but as usual, if you haven't already, feel free to join my Discord server. I have a new command now. A great way to support me in both ways of stuff or tips. I have a throne wish list that I actually made a Nightbot command for. Because I kept forgetting to do that. But I do have a throne wish list. Help me out with stuff like cosplay supplies, not surprise, and voice stuff, supplies, wigs I would like to style, etc. Throne wish list. If you would like to buy this game or several other similar, also very good games, you can get them off of my Nexus store and support me while doing so. I think that's all my things. On to the present day. We're going to the Borscht Bowl. Time for soup. Borscht would hit, honestly. Borscht is good. Fucker. Sorry, it was a reflex. I'll be taking my leave now. Still have some work to do back at the office. Then I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later, then. 2 hours left on my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers. Do you know who I am? Who I am? No, but if you hum it, I can play it. Just kidding, I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh. Customer.
A customer!
I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys. I seek a true competition. I've heard the Borscht Bowl Club is a place for this. Now I see the rumor is true. And this is a friend of yours? I forgot he came back. Don't mind me, I'm just your friendly neighborhood newsman. He will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us, no others. Bright Talent Agency represents 2 artists. And I'm number 2. I play piano. Well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. I do kind of really love that the job that Phoenix got pretty much immediately after losing his entire legal career is being a poker player. Like, he saw that and presumably went for it. And it makes so much sense that he'd be good at it. Don't ask me how I got started. Remember. But I'm good. Real good. It won't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club if you want a real game. Guys never lost. Bluffing continues! People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory. They come to watch me play cards. I also love that he's a good enough poker player that people are traveling to come see him play poker. This is Seedy Poker Club. No, it's a restaurant. They don't play for high stakes. There's no money involved. The real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then let's compete. Take you to the room. The hideout, yes. But before we go... Yes? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith. Oh, and I'm Brushel, Spark Brushel, news reporter. Nobody asked. Oh, I'm No, no. Phoenix Wright. Huh? You must always look a man in the eye when you still do not know who I am. Have we met? Oh, he does. He grew a goatee. Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. I don't want to read the judge again. I am talking about this. Mr. Enigmar! The defendant's escaped. Find him, quick! Bailiff, close all exits from the building. How many times am I gonna have to redo the same cutscene? The third time. You can't be. Zach Gramarye? Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I have only an audience of one. You. Zach Gramarye? This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life. You there.
She comes back, I forgot!
We will play soon. Ready the room.
I will be preparing the hideout for you.
I'm sad she doesn't get to do her real voice. I liked doing her real voice. Are you really him? The Zach Gramarye. Now I am Shady Smith. Remember this. How many years has it been now? 6? In exactly 3 days from now, it will be 7. I caused you much inconvenience, I fear. Yeah, you could say that. Well, Trucy, I mean. She's fine. Got her working already. Mind. I need hardly express my gratitude. You have it. This is why I have come. That, and to settle a matter of cards. By which you mean poker. Nice. He's serious. This, too, is Yakuza. He's kind of wearing the Kiryu fit. A little bit. It's a little off, but... I despise losing above all else. And so I have decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it is. I know this guy's tough. They're dangerous. Everything's about the company. You do got that shit on. Everything's about the competition. Also secondary. There's the white suit. Kiryu's is like a light gray and it's red, but this is pretty close. They called this pink red earlier, so. Perhaps we should take this time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me. And I, you. So... We competed that day 7 years ago, too. Ah, yes. You must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue. 2. 1. Shut on time. Thank you. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time, and only lost twice. It was the first. The man I killed, of course. You chose your defense attorneys by playing poker. Some are hired, others farm. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do. Trucy's power. Trucy. She is in a class of her own. For 7 years, I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl. And I've never lost once. I'm good. Not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. She sends me signals.
Daddy, he's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon.
Can you tell me what her power is? This too is Yakuza! Kiryu also brings his daughter to help him gamble. You kidding me? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple of performance magic. But those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill. Her line? Recall, you were the second man to whom I've lost. Magnifique Grammar. That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it. Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Grammary blood or something? Blood. Can't believe Case 4 is just a big Yakuza reference. I am sorry, but it is not something told lightly to outsiders. And it is nothing you need to know at this time. Kind of Grammary secret then? Fine. Let's see how far we can get. Let's just see. Yes. I have to know more about this power of Trucy's. Like she can see right into people's minds. First time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you. Guys, use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet I myself have no such power. But Trucy does. Why's that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother? Thalassa Grammary. I will not speak of that. Thalassa is officially missing. I think I know why you don't want to talk about it. I don't know if I can present this yet. Oh, yeah. 3 of you were in a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame. One that not many know. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valiant Grammary's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa? Sir Valiant would say the same thing. Hi, it's just like another murder I met. Hello? Yippee! Thank you for the raid! Damn you! I loved Thalassa's eyes. I think they could read my... There was a warmth in them that felt... He is dead, and Magnifique Grammary has... Thank you very much for the raid! I sadly just did my little spiel, but... So the only one with her power... Nope, that's Phoenix! So the only one with her power left now is Trucy. Mr. Zack? I thought this was the first chapter. Nope, we're on the last chapter. We are on the final chapter of Apollo Justice. I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, but there's someone else. Someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Thalassa's power. How would I know? We don't know this one yet. I know what it is. But we don't know what it is. I may not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more legwork. Okay, I think we can go back to Valence now, then. First, let's talk about She's in this year. She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know? He doesn't even know his own daughter's age off the top of his head. I see. And my disappearing act. The thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty of that. Because of this. This? Transferal of rights. You see the signature? Transferal. That's Magnifi Grammary's signature, isn't it? I hereby give all rights to the secrets, staging, and performance of my magic to this recipient named below. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Grammarly. Yes, it is I. Wait, this page looks torn. You recall the diary yet? First, take a close look at this diary. Look at this diary! Note that a page has clearly been ripped out. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Wait, let me see that. How could I forget? That scrap of pacer. The Fitnessgram pacer test lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from it. Magnifi gave it to me. You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Again, I apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from them. The greatest of Magnifi Grammary's illusions are true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. By this totally legally binding document. It's been folded up and scribbled on. Only its bearer may perform his illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As the rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose. Daughter. That is why I have risked all to come here tonight. Russell. Sir. Here you go. What's this? A letter passing the rights I have inherited to Juicy. I would have you sign here, as a witness. But I'm not a lawyer anymore. And you need a public notary, besides. I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary. Are? By day I wear a notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also by day I wear a reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well. Your signature. This is the first reason I have come here. Finally figured it out. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said. Precisely. There's a law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from now. Not to mention all of their possessions. Exactly. Which is why I am here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document. For my 7 years. This is so sketchy that, like, he's signing this document to sort of imply that it was signed 7 years ago, at least. You might say I'm securing my daughter's inheritance. Do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trucy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. This case? Yes, I received the performance rights from Magnifi Grammarly. However, this was done in secret without witness. Before Magnifi died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself, Zach Grammarly, and Valiant Grammarly. Okay. Not Trucy. I see. So you do need this document. I have known Brushel since before I vanished. He is a man I trust. Now, only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background, and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. You going to sneeze? Okay. I was kind of hoping you'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother, a mystery. This person in the photo is Trucy's mother. Where did you come by this? Trucy showed it to me. She said her mother was gone. Then, so. Huh? She is gone. What more is there to say? Lots?
I know.
Whoa, you're still here?
According to my in-depth research, Trucy's mother, Magnifi Grammary's only daughter. End quote.
What? Magnifi's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zach? Russell! You say too much.
What? Am I the bad guy? Why?
Because you sparked Russell. Zach decked him. In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over. Professor Grammary. She's the most mysterious of the whole lot. You need to gather me some more evidence, clearly. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. Shall we begin our game? My final competition. Final. Why? As you said, I've come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that is done, I shall slip once more underground. Without seeing your daughter? It would be best if I did not. 7 years ago we played. 7 years ago I lost. I already lost to Magnifi. Do not care to lose to another. But I have heard that you never lose. Just a rumor. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose. Unless one has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation. I think a mere lawyer might be out there putting the wool over something. Hey, I just signed your document. Maybe you could try lightening up? That was that. This is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix. This will be my final performance. You are warned. This guy's beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Russell, you may leave.
But it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop.
I punch and I punch, but still it is not enough.
I just remembered a future, prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen. Oh, and nice meeting you, Piano Man.
Then let us begin. Dealer,
Uh,
you will be witness to our competition.
it is honored for me.
I haven't seen her around here before. Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. You did not seem to notice me. Gavin, I believe was his name. You know him? After a fashion. Listen, Phoenix. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. I didn't finish his Magatama thing. Was I not supposed to? Hold on. I feel like I did this last time and it was fine, actually. Hold on one second.
Hold on. What?
Where the fuck is the present day Porsche Bowl? Yeah, I definitely just skipped that. Grammary power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. I knew where to get it. Trucy's mother. I need to meet that reporter again. One other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zach began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. Name Zach Grammary. How? Why? Yeah, I definitely did not finish his... Can I go back to it? Okay, I can totally go back to it. That was weird. Let's go do balance. Shit, because I totally have everything for that if I... That's presumably the only other way to progress. That was weird. Strange. Alright, Ballot. Who is doing fireworks right now and for what reason? Okay, blah 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 blah. I don't think I was supposed to know that Thalassa was the dead one either. Yes, yes. You're done. Etc. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on. And this shows who it was. Is it this? No, that wasn't it. A word, if I may. Yes? Does it excite you to know you stand at a critical moment in your quest? Yeah, it does. Sort of. Then you'd never make it on stage. You're not fit to be a magician. Give it up. Hadn't actually been considering that as a career option. I'm sure you'll find something else to while away. I'm sure you'll find something else to while away the time. Figuring out who that bullet hit. But that's Zach Gramarye's wife and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe, was her name. But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets? Undeniable, eh? Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot. And this clearly shows just how much danger she was in. I have no idea. Do we have that yet? Do we actually not have it? Was I wrong? We may not have it. Where the hell is the detention center? Please lock it. No, that was right. Okay. Troop Gramarye's performances were very, very popular. So popular, they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame. We were not merely the latest craze, we were an age. A golden age. All here on this stamp. Here's Thalassa, yes? Trucy's mother is missing. What happened to her? I don't know! Part of his memory is still lost. There is one thing you're failing to address. It's that. As you say, our troop was a world unto itself. Our leader, Magnifi, was so inclined he could hide anything he wished with ease. But, Mr. Wright, then he would have hid a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. One's got a point. One of the troop members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up. His innocence would come into question. Found the right address, Mr. Wright? So close, there has to be something. About how Thalassa's death could affect Zach and Valen's relationship with Magnifi. I see in your eyes. You still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have? I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands up so. So, I think the bit we have to prove here is Thalassa was Magnifi's daughter, and if she's dead, the other two could get the rights. So I feel like we can just present Thalassa's profile, right? I'm gonna double check. I feel like that's it. Yeah.
That's correct.
It's going to take a little knowledge of the players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both your hands. This information proves why Magnify held so much power over you. Spark Brushel! It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem. What do you mean? She was Zack Gramarye's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnify Gramarye's only daughter. There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. That wasn't the key to Magnify's power over you. I don't know what was. It was an accident! There's no proof, none at all. But Thalassa went missing. Your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together. Ours was a complex family. You mean Troop Gramarye? The master, Magnify Gramarye, his only daughter. And his two disciples. It does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident. But that is all it was. An accident. Who is doing fireworks? Zack and Valence tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly, straight toward that beautiful body on stage. Ew. And then crash, zing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. As for whose bullets stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnify, his daughter. Why are the fireworks happening? And that led to blackmail, I take it. It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes with the curtain. Why did Magnify Gramarye try to cover up the end? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say is it was a critical time for Troop Gramarye. Passing of the torch from Magnify to Zack and Valent. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all. Even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnify's wishes. Magnify forced us to perform his art for his benefit. Let's see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter. But do you not find cowardice in his actions? Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing. But then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads. Things were dark behind the scenes of Gramarye, that's for sure. Does he know? He was not told, naturally. Who would want to know what their father might have taken their mother's life? I had not thought of that accident for a very long time. I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this helped a lot. Not to find Magnify's slayer, I should think. True. After that accident, there was one who came sniffing, quite persistently. A reporter? He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking around the dressing room, doing his research. Would you happen to remember his name? What's his name? Sorry, I have forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him not. I see. His name I do not recall, but his scent. Glowing aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. I see. Thanks for your help. It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover your answers, only wounds. I'm sorry. I'd begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troop Ground, and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman, I never learned who that was at the time. I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. A smile and a sickly sweet smell of mint. The last floss-thin thread connecting Zach Gramery to this world. Sooner or later, I'd have to track him down. We finished the past sections. There we go. Yay! Yay! Okay. You guys ready? You guys ready for Solitary Cell 13? I'm ready for Solitary Cell 13. Let's go! Well, well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines? Gavin. We're continuing the divorce court! This your idea of revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago. My past is like my logic, straight and true. Neither of those things are correct. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Divorce time! Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? You look well, Phoenix Wright. Ooh, Gavin. Can I present stupid shit to him? Hold on. There has to be something stupid in here that he doesn't care about, right? He doesn't care about this. This doesn't exist to him. What do you think about this, Gavin? I hardly need to remind you that I am not a free man. I care little about the outside world, save advances in chair technology. No information forthcoming there, I guess. Hello, fucker. Life has been full of surprises for both of us. I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. Shady Smith is the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Zach Gramery. You know, the defendant. I remember him, of course. But you say Smith was Zach? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty. But your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can really lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I am an evil human being. Isn't that enough? Not for me, it isn't. I need to know why you did it. You recall that case 7 years ago? Ah, yes. The trial where Zach Gramery pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney. That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimous, save for one dissenting opinion. Yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position, after all. For 7 years we've been friends. Yet I still don't understand. But right, your friendship toward me was never. You suspected me then as you do now, don't you? Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. The night of our game. Zach Gramery mentioned your name, Gavin. Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me. Because I remembered your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. Seemed to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. Cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. For that. Good lord, these two! I have to know. Why did you kill Shady Smith? No. Zach Gramery. Whoa! I've never seen Psyche locks like that. Full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life is to be taken easy, you know? Pretty little lawyer man. He's doing his nails. I love that it has that icon and then you just can't go back to the Magatama. Have I sent anything to him right now? I don't remember. Nothing about Magnafie's case. Nope. I don't think we have anything yet that we can... I think we just have to deal with him doing his nails in front of us in awkward silence. Because I know we have to come back here anyway. Oh, we have to examine the dog. Actually, we can examine the whole last room, and I'm gonna. Not some chair. Just looking at it makes me want to take a seat. Probably have to add a whole digit to the price of one of my office chairs. And here, a comfortable chair is the most valuable thing in the world. You'd have to add 2 digits to the price of standard prison-issued chair for this. Prison chairs don't look bad either. Maybe I should redecorate. Christoph, why do you have a blue bird in a cage? It's strange, you know? Here I am in solitary, and yet the books keep piling up. Looks like you've got more than books up there. Ah, yes, my collection. I have a few friends on the prison staff. They show me a little kindness. Just a little? The ram is funny. The violin is hilarious. We do need to look at this envelope. That envelope's been bothering me since I came. It's not nice to peek at other people's mail. You get mail here in jail? But I do. Though they read it first, apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. It's like sneaking a peek is out of the question. Oh, I remember the bit. You're thinking, what self-respecting man would use nail polish? Not really. No appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say? One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things, except nothing less. It certainly does look like the first-rate nail polish. I like the sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please, have one. It's on me. Yes! Excellent. Okay, time to make fun of Kristoff for being a loser. Nice roses. You taking care of this one here? Ah, yes. She's surprisingly delicate, you know. Requires careful tending, but she is my best friend, as they say. Best? Come on, now I'm starting to feel bad for you. Oh? Of course. She's known to bite if handled roughly. Your rose bites? I was speaking of the photo next to the rose. My retriever, Bongole. Cute, but feisty. Why is your dog named Clams? Why did you name your dog Clams? Why did you name your dog Clams? I don't understand. Everything is wrong with this man. And nothing is more of an example than the fact that he named his retriever Clams. Good lord. All their fake German names are so funny. Fake German names, and then you're from Ohio, and then their dog is named Clams in Italian. Why is their dog named Clams? Anyway, also, why does your dog bite people? Every dog has its thorn. Yeah, just the knowledge that he is a dog person is somehow unsettling. I'm leaving. And we're gonna go back to the past. Because we have a certain lucky charm. I also want to look at it. Horrific, horrific thing. Oh, there's a logo on it. I've never noticed that. Hold on. Ariadone. Heard of that brand. And this must be the brand symbol. It's supposed to be some kind of... Wait, no, maybe it's a hand. Wait, on second thought... Is that an eagle? Who makes these things up anyway? I think they try for a clearer symbol at least. I don't think I can. The world's freakiest looking nail polish too. The fact that Kristoff buys, like, Dior equivalent nail polish in a crystal bottle. Like, the man's really spending an obscene amount of money on clear nail polish. I spend an obscene amount of money on clear nail polish. One, because I keep using it for crafting, and two, because the clear polish that I use for my actual nails is like $12, which is obscene, but it works really well and it makes me really, really mad. Wait. God, let's talk to you. Hey, baby Vera. I'm sorry. You seem to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you the stamp?
No, that's not why. They listened to me. To my problem.
The problem that keeps her inside.
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go outside, all I had to do was use a good luck charm.
A good luck charm that your client gave you? I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? This was what they gave you, wasn't it? The same bottles over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right?
Weird ones. Cosmetics were once thought of to ward off evil. Is It's a magic bottle. It has the power.
Of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job? Was this the client? This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised. I promised not to tell. I'm sorry. I can't talk about my client. I promised. If I break my promise, the spell won't work.
I don't need a name anymore, sir. Pretty confident in this charm, then.
I think they might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel.
What do you mean?
I saw it. Or I think I saw it when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile.
So where'd you see this devil, then?
So quick. Remember well. But that's when I knew the person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was. It's pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now. I am sorry for what happened. If you want to apologize, find my client, Zach Gremery.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Eyes. Sad. Very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late. And we are done with the past. Yippee! Let's go to the other Jew studio. Actually, I have one thing I'm curious about. Oh, damn it.
Oh? Well, what do we have here?
Remember me?
Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar, end quote.
Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Mission was poisoned and his daughter's...
Oh yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. The journalist wishes he tracked down case just a little quicker, end quote.
Were you on the trail of this case the whole time?
Zach Gremery was a good friend.
Zach said something to that effect at the Push Club.
What a character, what a man. If a little, no, a lot, no, extremely rough around the edges.
Do you think I could ask you a few questions?
Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not interviewee. Journalists ask questions, not other way around, and... Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately.
I want to check something in the solitary cell. Come back here, Christoph. I'm just curious.
Damn, he doesn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I did this trip for nothing! I'll go back to Spark. God damn it, I was hoping he had unique dialogue about the nail polish. Okay, I'll talk to Brush, I'll fine. It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. Forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. No! You know what really did them in, though, don't you? Yes, a forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes. End quote. Being watched? You mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck. Freaks out. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? I can list like 40 reasons. You felt like you were being watched, huh? Wonder what it all means. Paranoia. Misham felt like he was being watched? And you along with him? You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he is being watched. End quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gremery got rubbed out after 7 years? Got what after 7 years? Okay. Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then for 7 years he talks to no one, not a soul. Then just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made. And then he dies. Starting to put the pieces together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time? Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too. Me. I met Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of Magnifi Grammary? No, before that. Not widely known. You mean the accident? During the quick draw shoot-'em practice? My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me. I hate this guy. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Valiant Grammary did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifi Grammary at the time. I knew his daughter, too, of course. Thalassa, was it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared, quite suddenly at that. And Magnifi wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of scoop, goes on feeding frenzy, end quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Grammary. Something strange was in the air over at Troop Grammary in those days. The whole screwy mentor-controlling disciple scene had started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway. I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice or 5 times. But over time, he came to see me as his confidant. He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, huh? Waiting? For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifi miracle. Of course, it was all a dream. Because of this. The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valiant? So Valiant waited until Zach died. Legally, at least. The time finally comes, and Valiant's like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know? If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valiant Grammary. Lost out to his partner at work and in love, too. Love? It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle. Huh. It's pretty classic. When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. Like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing. And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. We need to find out more about this Thalassa. Mr. Brushel, do you know this person? Do I know that person? Of course! I was friends with Zach after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually. But still, I never forget his wife. Thalassa Gramarye. Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not? So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It was her 2nd marriage, actually. You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer, too. Apparently he died during some gig. The dialogue has been retconned! Tragic, really. They'd only been married 1 year. But she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know. What the fuck is wrong with you? Pretty picture, though. I've known Trucy since she was a little thing, too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all. What do you mean? Just reminiscing, you know? Thalassa has another child besides Trucy. What? But Trucy said she was an only child. Yes, this one she had with her previous husband. Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance? Yep. Had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. Thalassa had another child? You think I could borrow that photo? Sure. I can be generous on occasion, you know. Thalassa's portrait. I won't need this locket anymore. Better return it to Trucy before I forget. People in events all get tangled together and get bigger and bigger. Don't you think? I was too busy wondering about biggerer. Listen to what you were saying. Jesus. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next. Next, you say? I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little fight. Apparently, that's not my role anymore. Magnifi. I was just wondering what Magnifi would think of all this. What do you mean? Haven't you seen it in Trucy? He's got his power. You mean how I can't lie to Trucy? It was the same way with Magnifi. And with his daughter, Thalassa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some Gramarye gene? Magnifi told me once, back when Zach married Thalassa. He said that Zach had good eyes. Not good like a Gramarye's eyes. Not that good. I wonder if Zach ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Gramarye secret was? Maybe nobody, now that Zach's gone. Zach Gramarye. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Gramarye fabric and grew, swallowing everything. Wrapping itself around the Gramarye's power. I'm like getting emotional even knowing the reveal myself. The power which passed from Magnifi Gramarye to Thalassa to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together. Well, Let's go back and let's talk to Zach. Because we know who it is now. Yeah, this is the evidence. I wonder if he has any snide comments about the shit around us. One of the restaurant tables, the stone's closest to the piano, which makes it hardest to eat at. Days when I'm playing, that is. What do you think about the ukulele? Sound is a slight. The annoyance, curtail. Oh, the sound is slight. The annoyance, curtail. A ukulele in a Russian restaurant? Then you must go to a Hawaiian restaurant. Hawaiian shirts don't go with my complexion. It is no longer Yakuza. I give up. That shit dialogue. I must say, it comes as quite a surprise. I never knew you played. I'd do anything else if I could, believe me. Oh, yeah, there's something you could help me with. Do you think you could make that piano disappear? It'd help out in a lot of ways, really. You say the funniest things with the straightest face. People always tell me that. I wasn't joking. Grape juice. This is grape juice? Is it refreshing? I usually drink too much and it ends up making me thirsty. Oh, Mr. Wright. There's something inside that bottle. Huh? It's my business card. You aren't surprised at all. Perhaps you don't like magic? Sure felt surprised. Maybe I had my poker face on. Interesting. Interesting. Soup. I think that's everything. For real this time. I have to know more about this power of Drusie's. It's like she can see right into people's minds. First time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you. I gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet, I myself have no such power. But Trucy does. Why's that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother? Lassa Grammary? I will not speak of that. Lassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. There's the gun, right? Yeah. The three of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame. One that not many know. Lassa lost her life during a rehearsal. You and Valiant Grammary's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa? Your Valiant would say the same. It's just like another murder I met. Damn you! Her eyes. I loved Thalassa's eyes. I think they could read my mind. But there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She is dead and Magnifi Grammary has joined it. So the only one with her power left now is Trucy. Mr. Zach? I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else. Someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Thalassa's power. How would I know? Chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. There is someone else with the power, and I know who. This boy. His name is, I forget, something weird. Who could he be? An attorney. Attorney. I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices. So, what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like. You could at least say something like, I'm this boy. I could use a laugh. Perhaps he wouldn't laugh if he knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring. Ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory. I just so happen to have evidence showing this missing link. Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second. Did you know this? Her first husband. He died a year after they were wed, yes? He was a performer. Oh, that's Zach. He was a performer. They met when he joined us Grammarys as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for him. And you say she had a child? I have a photograph of her here. I couldn't help but notice what she was wearing when I first saw them. Those bracelets stand out. They are Grammary family heirloom. They are a Grammary family heirloom, even. This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture. What? So, that's why. Why what, Mr. Zack? Took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet. I bet I know where that other one went. She gave it to this boy. Son. Follow justice. Ace attorney. A strange power. Myself do not know from where it comes. Yet the fact is that it passed down through the Grammary line. It runs in their veins. What is it? I asked her, Thalassa, once. This is what she told me. A power responds to tension in others. Tension? If she were to face a person and they became tense, even slightly, and she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. So she could see it? Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension. Without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Objects? Wait, were they something she wore? Yes, her bracelets. I admit the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. What kind of power could a bracelet have? I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Tracy and Apollo. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two. A brother and sister. Yes. And the brother, too, has this power up there. So Trucy has an older brother. Wonder what will come of that. Mr. Wright. Tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live her life without knowing. I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is. I am in your debt. Once again. No kidding. What I want to... Nope, that's Phoenix. What I want to know is how this all got to be so messed up. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. It is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something? Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. And this has something to do with the power? What have I told you? The Grammary power reacts to the tension in others. When the Grammary senses tension, they too become tense. This tension translates into minute contractions of their muscles. So minute they cannot sense it on their own. Their muscles? Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for. With the bracelet on, one can sense these contractions. Because the bracelet is always a perfect fit. So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Precisely. But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works. Simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough. Have you ever heard of kinetic vision? Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped if they focus. Oh, but it's not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face and the meaning that lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of the crowd before one may distract it. So basically what you're saying is, the Grammars can see really well. For them, seeing is more than believing. It is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things are starting to come into focus for me too. Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something. Precisely. But wait, Drusy doesn't have any bracelets. You were talking about poker, yes? The timing of when to focus is so elementary she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trucy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things Grammary. Thank you, Mr. Beck. If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long. Thereby awakening his power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game? I've said something. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night? The night my mentor, Magnifi Grammary, passed from this world to the next. There were 2 pistols, and 2 letters sent. This was Magnifi's test. A test? In his last years, Magnifi worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. So true, Princess Bride reference. That night, I could not shoot him. So I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer. I don't know what voice to give Magnifi. Take this. I give my art to you, Zack. What? It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack. Though I would not have minded dying by your hand. What is wrong with these people? How could I shoot you, my mentor? Ugh, thought you might say that. If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then? Then, of course, I would have given Valent his chance. And if I had shot you in the forehead instead, it would be over. If you or Valent were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go, and my art with me. A fitting end. Yet this ending, too, gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. And I am sorry. I have done much that was wrong. That's a deathbed apology. Seems to me that Magnifi wanted you to be his successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valent's. Perhaps, but it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valent up to these days? Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Ah. And now here I am, and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know. What? You don't mean to tell me they put the blame for our mentor's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There are even rumors that Valent had helped you pull it off. But that's madness! Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated? Even though I'm dead. That night, Zack Gramery was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. His confession, to use as I saw fit. Of course, he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Valent Gramery. We did get everything in the past, right? Yeah, okay.
Just checking.
Okay. We should go to the Sunshine Coliseum. we should talk to Valent. Hi, Valent. Well, this is a blast from the distant past. Long time no see, Mr. Valent. 7 years has it been. Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you. I've spoken to the press, have nothing more to say. I've spoken to a lot of people myself, and come to some conclusions. But then I realized, I needed to hear it from you. Magnifi Gramery. I've walked a difficult road these past 7 years. Because you couldn't perform Magnifi's repertoire. Do not be deceived. Valent's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who slowed me down on my way. Zack Gramery. His rather well-performed disappearing act seven years ago was the end. Or so I thought. Zack Gramery murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you? I remember it as if it were only yesterday. Yet, that was not the only way. Yet that was not the way of it in the end. For while he vanished, the suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zack vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said. I had no idea. That very same press comes to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it were all a vaudevillian distraction. Here must I stand, smiling at them all. What am I if not a player in some fiendish farce? Might I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened? Magnifi's death is still a mystery to this day. Hello? Hello, thank you for the follow. I can't read that from here. Whoever that was, thanks. Which is why I came here to get the answer from you. Damn, he didn't even say anything. And you might be seeing these sooner or later. The audience... let's balance. The audience has no business stepping up upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight. Cool. It sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. Presumably we have everything right. Kristoff doesn't have anything else for us to do right now, so I assume it's... Ask what you will, you'll get nothing from me. I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened. For 7 long years I've endured. Now finally the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of our troop within my grasp. Sorry to do this, Valent. Right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valent, I wouldn't be so sure about this. Not as long as I have this. Right, this. Confession to the slaying of Magnifique Gramarye. To whom it may concern, 7 years past, I, Zach Gramarye, murdered my mentor, Magnifique Gramarye. I apologize for the trouble caused by my sudden departure from court, and hereby confess to my crime. It's gonna be really embarrassing if that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Let me be frank. It was totally the performance rights I fucked up. No one, and I mean no one, can stand in my path. Not even you, with your silly, frilly ways. Let me be frank, too. That's the first time anyone's called me silly, frilly. You know what? That dialogue was worth it. What I need is a bit of magic. Something to stop Valent's show in its tracks. Now's no time for subtlety. Performance rights. Yeah. Transfers everything to Trucy. You have anything to say? Signature? Zach's signature. I'm sure he's written it many times, being an ex-star and all. But there's plenty of people out there who kill for a Zach Gramarye autograph. Phoenix now! And what might that be? I see it bears the Gramarye seal. I should have brought this to your attention sooner. But I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast. What is this? A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnifique's miracles. What? Zach Gramarye. He wrote this. What? He passed everything to his daughter. Trucy Enigmar. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days. Preposterous. Zach is gone. Vanished into the void. This is the genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify. Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead? You're not the only one with that problem. But he shot Magnifique. Yes, it was Zach. It was. And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness. Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say if you could prove Zach Gramarye shot Magnifique? Is that why you testify? Yes! My way out! It should have been my way out! Oh, it might not be too late, Mr. Valent. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnifique Gramarye? I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zach Gramarye wrote one more thing before passing on. This is a confession, in which he admits to the killing of Magnifique Gramarye. See? All according to your plan. Kaku means plan. I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself. Zach wrote this right in front of me. After I explained your situation to him. Look at OMG. Gramarye is so messy. You do know that this confession is nothing but lies. Yes, it's my opinion that Zach Gramarye killed no one. Then you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. Though he vanished to protect me, his partner. Stirring tale, 'tis true. Did you shoot Magnifique Gramarye in the forehead? If I had, and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police, perchance? You can't just say perchance. Do as you will. There is nothing left for me now. It is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnify's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed a hold of me. I knew it. The valiant Gramarye did kill the great Magnify. So sorry, Mr. Frank. But it was not I who shot my mentor. What? What if it wasn't you? And who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there? Another disciple, such as? I don't know. Knack and talent, Gramarye, maybe? Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valent received those threatening letters. But there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose you figured it out by now. It wasn't Zack or Valent who shot Magnify. And it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Wait. You don't mean... Yes. The great Magnify Gramarye himself. The Magnify Gramarye committed suicide? You find it hard to believe? To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility. When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. But when I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me. So you spoke with Magnify Gramarye? Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnify transferred the Magnify transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner, Zack Gramarye. Me. I see. And I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it. You owe me no apology. Huh? My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder. What? Your crime? Is Valent Gramarye confessing something to me? What could be more serious than murder? You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. That was when I understood Magnify's plan. He wanted to die by one of you. Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. A little demon whispering inside my... Demon? Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnify. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime. But... What? That night, I prepared something before going to Magnify's hospital room. Which was... IV fluid. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If Zack did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hand. That was my plan. But you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came. But then Magnify called me back. I am sorry, Val. I'm giving my magic to Zack, not you. You still lack the draw he needs. Please help him. I left the room. And then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot. Magnify Gramarye killing himself. Then the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him. He was the one. Frame him, and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints, and I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I brought. Okay, Magnify is less of a, conniving motherfucker than I remember him as. In my head, was like, he shot himself for the lulz and decided to have this all play out, but it's Valent's fault that it's all funny. So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnify died and you framed Zack for his murder. As planned indeed. Of course. The outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed, truly? That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but... Yes? I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Balance. Thank you. It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision. You're going to turn yourself in? My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts. I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. I find I was wrong. For Zach Gramarye was alive. Well, not anymore. And now it occurs to me. What if he was not the only one who survived? What do you mean? You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body. Her? The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies. Forget this matter. I can only hope that the day will come when I again meet my partner, Zach Gramarye. Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you. It's right timing. The Gramaryes are so messy. Zach Gramarye, Shady Smith, whichever name you prefer, is no longer. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver. And the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. Another life. Good lord. I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good. And it would involve paying that man a visit. That man! Oh boy, divorce court again. Let's fucking go. Divorce court time. Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied. I see. Do you know when he'll be finished? Well... Could you go find out? Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment. My apologies to the guard. There's something I need to see. We're stealing his mail, we're stealing his mail. There it is. Yellow envelope. And the sender is... Drew Misham. I was right.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene.
But this is the last letter that Drew Misham wrote. There's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. Here goes. See if the satchel quinine spray finds anything. Yep. So this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was his stamp, all right. No mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph. Gotcha. Finally. Decisive evidence. What's this? A burglar. In jail. Gavin! I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny. Right. Gavin. There's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer's no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. Vera Misham hasn't received her verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of atroquinine poison. But it never hurts to hope. Okay, I'll be leaving now then. Right. Wait. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? Private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. Many thanks. Oh, the best shot in the game, guys. Oh, funny. I forgot. We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now it is time. Every story has an ending. You come to the final chapter. Final try. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can. We did it! Mason system done! Yay! Oh my god. Yippee! Okay. Alright. We have one... oh, Jesus. We have one final Apollo Justice stream left. Next week, we will be finishing Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. I will be in cosplay. It's going to be extremely hot in my room, but I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to be cosplaying someone very important to this case. Yeah, oh, before I forget, following Apollo Justice, I will not be starting to stream Dual Destinies. Instead, I'm going to be playing Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. I don't know when I'm going to start those up. I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break after Apollo Justice. But then I'm going to be blind streaming Tyrion Cuthbert. So that'll be fun. Tyrion Cuthbert, for people who don't know, is a indie game based very heavily on Ace Attorney. But it takes place in a fantasy world. And it has some very funky music. Which is how I got introduced to it. And yeah, I'm going in pretty much completely blind, so it should be fun. Yippee! Anyway, next week, same time, Monday, 7 p.m. Central, I will be finishing Apollo Justice in cosplay. Anyway, while everyone is still here, if you're not already, feel free to join my community Discord server. Feel free to hang out in there. You can discuss spoilers in there. You can talk about other games like the Yakuza series. Pretty soon I will add a Tyrion Cuthbert channel. What else is there? You can buy this game on my Nexus store, as well as Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, and The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which are incredible Shutakami games if you're a fan of this one. And I feel like I still have the Devil May Cry series, the first 3 games, on there as well. I get some of... It's late. I get a cut of some of the proceeds. So you do get to support me by buying those games. Speaking of supporting me, my Throne wishlist is also available, and I actually made a Nightbot command for it this time. I'm tired. I did divorce court with myself. Anyway. Yay, yippee yay, almost done with the Apollo Justice streams. Words are hard right now. Anyway, everybody stay hydrated, well-rested, well-fed, etc. I'll see you guys next week, but in cosplay. Goodbye, thank you all for coming.